guys? Welcome to Camp Landon. I used to be a former mall here in Ashland, Kentucky. Let's go check this place out. Hello everybody and welcome to Ashland, Kentucky. And welcome to what's now called the Camp Landon. But that's not the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because this complex, which is now basically entertainment mixed with a few food shops, there's the old food court, as well as a few other things. This is a former mall, and the building has been untouched. As a matter of fact, you will see coming up here on your right, the small part of this former mall that's still empty. It's right over that wall, you'll see that. But this place has an interesting history. So this particular building you're looking at opened up on October 1989 as the Cedar Knoll Galleria. It was developed by the Zamias Company, which built many malls up in the western New York, upper PA area. So it's kind of unique they built one out here. But this was the site of a former golf course. And the size of the mall was 600,000 square feet. It was originally anchored by a Sears, Stone & Thomas, Farmore, and a Kmart store. Plans for the mall included a space for a theater in the rear as well as another anchor store. Stone & Thomas would later rebrand to an Elder Beerman. Now, even though this mall was located near Interstate 64, unfortunately, it was not very convenient for the Ashland residents, as they preferred the Ashland Town Center. And honestly, the Ashland area is not a bad area, but it's relatively rural, so I just don't think it has space to have two healthy, surviving malls. And as you all saw with my Ashland Town Center, that place is busy, and it's not going anywhere. So sadly, this place later met its demise, but it did last quite a while. So as a result of the Ashland Town Center, this mall, as I mentioned, it continued to struggle to keep spaces leased. Some spaces were never leased, which is kind of interesting. Usually when you see malls at one point, they were full. This place was never filled. Also led to the mall's demise is that there was an opening of a giant Walmart supercenter in 1994, roughly a mile away from the mall, drawing the mall's customer base. Sadly, in 2001, the Italian Ovens restaurant closed, and it was discovered the restaurant could not legally serve alcohol as a reason for its closure. And also in 2001, the mall food court, which was devoted of restaurants at this point, it was completely empty. The good news is, as you can see, they've kind of have reopened it when I was here, so that's good, even though this is mostly not a mall anymore and mostly just entertainment. The fact they kept the food court open is very unique. And then in 2002, as part of Kmart Corporation's first Chapter 11 bankruptcy, this Kmart location closed, and Farmore also closed that year. So to lose two anchors that early on in the same year, not very good. Also in 2005, which was just 3 years after these two anchors closed, Agilent Associates of Cincinnati, Ohio, purchased the mall from the Zamias Corporation, and they came up with this unique new concept idea. And one of the ideas was the original roof was installed, which included repairs to the center segment of the shopping center as it was in bad condition. And they also restarted talks for the movie theater in the slot where once had been originally planned. And as well, the former Kmart was occupied by Stephen Barry's in 2006. On May 11th, 2006, plans were announced to add a new movie theater complex. Finally, it was confirmed that Phoenix Theaters would be open a location in the former Farmore. So they got the two former anchors filled, so you really thought, okay, this mall's kind of turning around. As Phoenix had more experience as retrofitting theaters into former retail big spot bases. And it did open up with a 10-screen theater, so that's really nice. Since the opening of the theater, though, the mall did see a significant increase in traffic, although 21% of its smaller shop spaces, they were only occupied at that point. The Phoenix Theater was later named to Kyova 10 Theater. Speaking of that, too, the mall did later change its name to the Kyova Mall. It didn't say exactly when. It said some point around when the new owner bought the mall in 2005. So I don't know why they changed the name. In September 2008, right during the Great Recession, Wimmery's Dress Shop opened the Knot, and Just Pretzels opened up in the mall food court. So at least the owners were trying to get tenants, and they were at least attempting, but it was sadly, it was a disappointing cause, and this mall would slowly go towards the demise. As in 2009, Stephen Barry's, and of course closed, which was a huge loss, but a Dollar Tree later did open up inside the mall, and a diner closed in 2010. In 2010, the first entertainment major thing came out. The Ashland Table Tennis Club began utilizing the former Radio Shack. So I don't know when the Radio Shack officially closed. In 2014, Sears announced it to be closing as part of a plan to close stores. But the good news is that the Royal King did go into the former Kmart Stephen Barry space in April 2015, but did not use mall access. There wasn't really much going on until 2018 when the last main anchor, Alder Beerman, officially closed. So it held on a long time, but of course the company's bankruptcy and the whole, thing ended up closing. And then in 2020, it was forced to be closed for 2 months through the COVID-19 pandemic. And once it did reopen, more tenants and started to leave, and the power was shut off for some portions of the mall. So that's kind of sad. The mall was already on the decline. And then in 2021, the plans were officially announced by its owners to officially convert the mall into Camp Landon Entertainment, which is what it is now. It now includes a convention center, a hotel, a restaurant, farmers outlets, residential area, sports complex, and retail businesses. But the fact that you're walking through this right now, it still looks just like a mall, I think is really, really unique. I think they did a unique, cool concept that I wish more malls would keep this, where it still is indoor parks and people want to walk, they can walk. There's plenty of activities to do in here, and it's still, for us mall-holics, it still keeps many cool retail artifacts. Now I'm coming up to the end of this video. This video is short, as this is a small mall, and not all parts of it are being used. So with that in mind, I hope you all did enjoy this look at the Camp Landon, the former Kyova mall, if I said that right, as well as the original mall, which was Cedar Knoll Galleria. If you all did enjoy the mention, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and talk about and what your thoughts are for this mall. If you have any memories when this was the mall, or just thoughts about it now as its current state, I would love to hear what you all have to say. But in any event, live from Ashland, Kentucky, at what is now and the Camp Landon Entertainment, Alex Weinsheimer is out, and I will see you guys for the next video. Stay tuned. We have lots of cool content that you don't want to miss. But anyway, I'm out. Talk to you all later, and bye-bye.